Hello, listeners. Yes, this is still me. I know my voice is slightly different this week, and you might have noticed I didn't actually record anything last week. Well, that was because I got hit by whatever this flu virus that is going round. It really knocked me out for 2 full days, and then I've been like this with my voice and a lot of coughing and possible chest infection since. So yes, it sounds a bit strange. I've had lots of people mention, you should start your own phone line. It's the deep, dark, sexy voice, but to me, it's a real pain. Try shouting up to your 13-year-old who's wearing headphones in his bedroom with the door shut when you've not got much of a voice. Very difficult. So I didn't record last week. I had 2 days where I was completely out for the count in bed. And then I just about made it out on Wednesday to drive up to Bolton for the Big Festoon hosted by Dani Wallace. And those of you who've not met Dani Wallace before, I highly recommend finding her on Facebook and socials. She has just so much energy and she loves to give that energy to everybody in the room. And she's been holding this festival for a few years now, and this was sort of a step up. It was bigger than they normally have, and it was amazing. It was so inclusive of not just people who were disabled or people who have autism or people from the LGBTQ community. It was inclusive of everybody, whether you are diagnosed with something like a learning disability, not diagnosed and you just have your quirks. It was everything. Me as ADHD, I sometimes struggle with overwhelm from sort of being in environments that are very loud and echoey, and this was quite this had a lot of flashing lights and noise and smoke and everything, and me not feeling very well made it worse, and I did struggle. But what I found was Story, which is a company that go along to events, to venues, and they host a corner or an area where those who need somewhere to decompress or escape sensory overload can go and can get the help that they need. I particularly found solace in the teepee tent, which had sort of large pillows to lie down on and just sort of block out the flashing lights, get away from the smoke from the machines. And I felt sort of really rough while I was there. It was a bit of a struggle, but I went with a load of other people, and I didn't want to let anybody down by not being able to go. So I went, and I did struggle, but when I found the sensory tent from Story, they were just amazing. They asked, they came in, they said, would you like a weighted blanket? I'd never tried a weighted blanket before, but oh my God, it felt lovely to have that on, and it helped calm the shakes I was having. And the staff was so amazing. They asked if there was anything they could do to help me. Was there anything, that I needed? They nothing was too much, and a few people, whether you're diagnosed or not, whether you have a visible disability or not, anything, if you needed support, they were there. And I found it really comforting. And some of my friends they'd wander off to go and find me, and they'd find me, oh, Hayley's in the tent again, just because I found it so calming and relaxing. But I wasn't excluded. Nobody was. So from this area, I could still hear all the talks that were going on very clearly. I could still hear all the energy from the room. I could hear what was going on nice and clearly without all the flashing lights and the vibrations from the speaker systems and things like that were just reverberating through my body. It was just a bit further back from it, in a corner, out the way, but still part of it, which was refreshing to have something like that. Everywhere I've been before, it's like you're kind of shut off in another room. And this wasn't like that. It wasn't like people were trying to hide you or anything. And I found it a really great festival to go to. So if anybody is ever wondering about the Big Festoon, highly go and go off to it. They even had a tattoo artist there. I was sorely tempted for a tattoo, but felt that might have been a little bit too much for me this week. So back, then ran off down to Cornwall. So Bolton straight down to Cornwall for the Your Partnerships Networking Awards. Got to see a lot of people there, and then back home, and it was so good to be resting again in my own bed. Still recovering, as you can hear. I think I've still got another week at least of this, but hopefully back on track and back on it this week. I've already been to see 2 people who have had referrals, sort of been given my name, wanting to chat to me because of what I do, because of the systems knowledge that I have, but the fact that I tell the truth. You know, I don't try and sell them a system that's not suitable, and this is where they've gotten caught up before. And that's really refreshing to hear, especially when you're not feeling very well, that other people have recommended me and said, you are the best person to talk to. They've said that you are the best person to speak to about this. And that sort of left me feeling quite uplifted this week. So unfortunately, no weight training this week, but I'm going to have to wait until next week and then push double the effort into it. But I wanted to check in and give you an update. I am still here. I haven't fallen off the edge of the planet. Not yet. And hopefully I'll be coming back with a new episode next week where I might be having a chat to others about their experience of learning disabilities, ADHD, and just getting other people's take on it in the business world. So for now, this is me clocking out and going to go have a cup of tea and get some more rest, ready to finish off this week and get ready to hit the ground running next week after Easter. So have a happy Easter holidays, everybody, if you're celebrating it. And if you're just going to enjoy the weekend off, enjoy your weekend off. Bye.